What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Amber H, and I am back with another video. I know you guys have missed me. I'm sorry that I have been gone from YouTube for so long. Babe, I feel so awkward.
You sound so cute, bro. No, for real, I'm not listening to that.
Yes, you is. Listen, either way, whatever. But anyways, you guys, I apologize for being gone so long off of YouTube. I'll try to do my best on working on, staying on top of things, because that's what I need to do for y'all, for my supporters, for my aunt Dollz. I love oh so much. You guys are the best. I love you guys so much. But without further ado, this story time is gonna be on my experience in Miami, Florida, and my experience at Club Story. I believe that's the name. I don't even want to go back on the Instagram and look at the name, but I think it's Club Story. Anyways, so yeah, let me tell y'all about my freaking experience at this club. I've seen this club on the Shade Room, different sites. This club is just supposed to be that club that you go to when you go to Miami. So I'm like, okay. And mind you guys, I don't do clubbing, but I was in Miami for my best friend Jaria's birthday. She wanted to go to Miami, so we went to Miami. And I don't do clubs, but this is what my bestie wanted to do, so I was like, let's do this. But this is prime example number one why I don't do clubs. But anyways, my best friend had already been texting this dude, I guess that she met on Instagram, to a club promoter. She wasn't talking and just talk, like she was just talking to him to like get us a table and a bottle or whatever. Cause pretty girls, like, we not gonna pay to get in the club. Like, I already don't like clubbing, so what makes you think I'm gonna hand you over some money to get in here? Whatever. Anyways, so she's talking to the dude, and he's like, yeah, come to this club, whatever, this club. It was some other club. I really can't remember the name of it, but it was 2 clubs in one night. She was texting the promoter, and he was telling us to come to one club. So we ended up getting dressed, whatever. When we get in the Uber on the way to the first club, I swear to God, we was in the Uber for at least 2 hours on the way to the club. Like, I was sleepy. I didn't even want to get out the car. I was like, bro, like, what? It was like 4 accidents on the freeway going towards South Miami. Like, I was like, what the F is going on? Like, and I live in Atlanta, so I know thick traffic, but I mean, this traffic was just really thick. Like, I felt like it was no ending to the traffic, and every exit had traffic. It was just traffic everywhere. Couldn't even get out of it. But anyways, my best friend, she was taking her some shots in the back seat or whatever, so we was making, the Uber ride the best ride it could be. We get to our destination, y'all, and I'm peeping, we walking up, and I'm like, I see a lot of upper class looking people, that's what I'll say. And I was like, I hear a little, I'm like, where we at? And people like, do you know where club such and such is? I really cannot remember the name, but we were just like, do you know where club such and such is? And it was like, yeah, it's over there. And then I'm like, bro, if that's where them people going, I'm not going, because I can already tell who going in there. That's not even our type of party. We get closer to the club. We get closer to the club. And I still kind of like hear some like techno going on, some fist pumping, and I was like, yeah, I don't think this is the club. And then she was like, we just gonna go in, we gonna go get him, he gonna take us to Club Story. And I'm like, well, why we just don't meet him there? Why we gotta go in there? Because I was not trying to go in there. And she was like, we're gonna go in there and meet him. I said, we don't gotta meet him in the club. And at this point, my best friend was getting frustrated with me, like, oh my God, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm not going in there. And she was like, so we go move to the side or whatever, and she called the dude or whatever, and he's like, he was like, oh, okay, we just head to Club Story or whatever, and I have a guy there, he knows that you're coming and whatever. So I was like, why we didn't go there in the first place? So we get in the Uber to Club Story or whatever. We get there and she texts the dude like, hey, we outside or whatever. And he's like, okay, I'm coming out. So he came out, and you know, my best friend was like, what's up with the whoop? And he was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, everybody just said hi. It was me, my best friend, and her sister. And he was like, give me 1 second. And we like, okay, or whatever. I see what's going on. It's different promoters that get groups of people to, you know, tell them, put them on the guest list, get them in the club, get them a table or whatever. And I get that's their job. So all the promoters is outside, you know, they got some girls over here, like, oh, come on, come in, blah, blah, blah. But I started to notice that different promoters were coming out after our promoter and were, you know, telling their groups to come on, you know, and the people at the door, it was a woman with blonde hair, big fake boobs, small black dress on, glasses, and a clipboard. And first we asked the dude, he had like some little bob going on, I don't know what our promoter was like, hey, I got my group over here, can they get in? He was like, no, hold on. And we was like, okay. And I was like, and then we see another promoter like, hey, I got my girls, whatever, can you get them in? And he like, let them through. Now, this is where I began to feel like they just was not trying to have no black girls in that club that night. I don't know what was going on or whatever. I'm not saying that the whole club is racist and that everybody in the whole corporation is racist, but whatever was going on outside that day was racist. Because why do girls that came after me just walked up right here, did the same thing I did, different skin color, why do they get to walk in and you told him no, hold on? So I'm like, so he was like, I'm gonna go ask her, which is the lady with the blonde hair, big fake boobs, glasses, and clipboard. I see him pointing at us and was like, I got 3 over there, whoop whoop. And then I read her lips and she was like, go get me a soda and then I'll let them in. And I was like, cause she had did this, she was like, let them in. And I'm like, did she just tell him to go get her something to drink? I was like, okay. So he comes back out with an orange soda like 5 minutes later. She cracks it open and you can see him over there like, you know, you finna let them in. He's like really trying to get us in the club. Really nice dude. And we just looking at her like, you a hater. You a hater. Cause this real, you feel me? Like you're mad. It's like he don't want to tell us like we can't get in. So he's like, just give it a second. She just said, hold on, blah, blah, blah. And my best friend was like, why do we have to keep holding on and everybody else gets to go in front of us? Like, I don't get it. I don't get why we have to stand here, why we can't get in the club. And I'm just like, you know what? It's them. It's behind the scene people. Those type of people, like, they have promoters to go out and get girls, but they don't really want them to get black girls. Then the lady made up a lie. My best friend was yelling because she was like, why? I don't understand. She wasn't yelling at the lady. She was just yelling in general because she was blown at this point when we really seen what was really going on. You gonna turn us down? Like, okay, cool. I don't like clubs anyway. And even at the first club that we went to, the dude, like my best friend's sister had on flip-flops, but she had a clutch that her flip-flops can go in, but she just doesn't like to put on her heels until she's about to go in the club. And I was saying I didn't want to go in, so she wasn't putting them on. But in the process of us standing at the door and me saying I didn't want to go in, and the dude at the front was like looking at her like, you can't get in with those on. And I'm looking at him like, and why he looking at her like that? Like, I said that, and I'm like, this, and I really don't want to go up in here. Like, no. So as we're waiting for the Uber to go to Club Story, I'm just looking. I'm not even looking to be petty. I'm just looking at the people that's going in. And I cannot lie to you, I counted at least like 5 white girls with flops on, and I'm not lying. And I'm not a racist person, so this does not make me dislike other skin tones or other races. It just goes to show that it's some people that are still out there with that mentality, and it's just effed up if you ask me. But God gonna bless me regardless, whether I'm in your club or I'm outside your club. Okay? But anyways, that was the story about them being racist. So racist. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to my story time. You guys know you can always leave your feedback in my comments. In my comments this time, give me some video ideas. No couple video ideas, because I already told you guys on live. So, and you know what? I'm gonna have another story time on that too, of why we don't post couple videos anymore, since so many people want to know. I'll tell you guys. But thank you guys for watching this story time. I love all of my supporters. I love all of my Dollz. Please don't forget to like. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to turn on your notifications, and I will see you guys in my next story time or my next video. Love you.